Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, my name is Michael.
My name is Cleve.
And welcome to an exciting episode of Friendship.
Okay.
One of the podcasts that dares to ask, what's your favorite Pixar movie? Again.
So I took a hard stance at Wally.
Uh-huh.
And then someone hit me with, you don't like Wally. You only like the first half of it.
Fair.
Nobody cares about these people who have given up on life and are just wheeled around. And then they come back to Earth.
Except for my wife, who actively has said that that's her dream.
And I was like, you're right. I can't name any of them.
No.
I don't care about any of them. So maybe it's not Wally. My whole shit was shook. I was very. I think if I had to pick one now, without seeing Elemental, it might be Turning Red.
God. Not
What?
like people do
what
not
say
like
you?
it.
You did not like.
I said people did not like it. I really
Oh.
liked Turning Red. Soul was also really good and underrated.
Soul was really good. They fall into the trope for me where they take a black character and make them not black for the whole. Anyway,
that's fair. That's fair. My favorite Pixar movie. I mean, that's tough because Up is amazing.
Up is amazing.
But I've grown to really like Brave. And Coco is so good.
I will also say, I would think Coco might be. If you'd have to put a gun to my head to pick between Turning Red and Coco.
Turning Red, both have great music for different reasons.
Never did I think as a grown man I'd be like, the movie that helps girls understand their periods is going to be my favorite.
One of my favorites.
But
I think if I had to narrow it down to one, it would end up being Coco, and it's because I've watched it so many times and it still stands as one of the ones I would like say stands out.
Music's so good in it too.
It is. And it's just a great story and it's cute.
Yeah. And the different renditions of Remember Me, I think is also amazing how the fact that writers and musicians can pull that off always blows my mind, because to write one good song, but then to be able to write it in a way where it can be sang, as a big party song or like acoustic, just me and my dying grandmother. It's quite the movie. We have asked this question before. You are correct. But as of June 21st, 2023.
God, who came out with a fucking list?
The website IndieWire came out with Pixar films ranked from Toy Story to Elemental. Neither of us at this point have seen Elemental, so we will take their word for it.
I've heard it's gotten terrible reviews so far. Like, it's been received very poor. Sorry.
I've heard individual people say that, but that's when can't you find that? The breakdowns on this website have what the movie is, the breakout character, and then will it make you cry?
Well, that's just personal. I'm dead inside, but Coco every time. But then, like, fucking Up does not get me.
Yeah.
And that one, I feel like, gets a lot of people.
Does it get a lot of people, or does like the first 5 minutes get a lot of people? Or 2 minutes? Or 30 seconds? However long.
You remember your Papa? Papa? Just him, just little fucking Miguel saying, Papa?
So, would you like to take a swing at what the worst is, or and then well, I don't know how. Write down on a piece of paper
Toy
what you
Story.
think number one is.
Toy Story 2 is the worst.
Fair. Not on this list though. This list, number 27.
How is it not on the? Why would you not just make all the fucking Pixar movies?
It is.
Toy Story 2 is not on the list at all?
Well,
Oh, you're
it's
saying
not
it's
number
not
27.
last? I'm sorry. When you said not on this list, I was like, how can they not? They're just like, we're not even going to include Toy Story 2, actually, guys. What I think number one is, hold on. Oh, I have a list of fucking Pixar films.
Just send it in the chat. Or yeah, if you want to just look up the Pixar films too. I'll wait. You edit this, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know what the worst one is, actually.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Don't know what that was, but
no. Like
something struck you.
I saw one. I was like, this has got to be the worst. What's gonna be number one? They're all so good.
They are also good, but you have to rank them. Have you seen every Pixar film?
Yes.
You've seen what were the last ones to come out?
I would say.
I don't remember.
Soul,
The
Onward,
Year.
Turning Red.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't. You know what? I did not see Lightyear. Is Lightyear? It is, huh? Pixar.
because Buzz.
Buzz.
And obviously not Elemental yet, but it's on your list.
Yeah, I've not seen Lightyear. I don't know why. For some reason, in my head, I like put that to being a Disney movie, not a Pixar movie. But you're right, it has. Okay, so I have the one that I think is number one now.
Okay.
The last one, it's tie between two.
Okay.
The Good Dinosaur or Cars 2.
Neither.
What
Lightyear from 2022, they're saying is the worst.
And okay, so is there any like description? So here's a question I have for you: is there any description as to what the criteria is? Because my wife and I had a 3-hour argument about this fucking 100 best songs of Disney, thanks to this podcast. And a lot of it came down to our argument of what we felt the criteria would be to determine what the top 100 would be. So is there anything that says like we went off of box office sales, we went off of, or is it just our raw opinion of what is the best?
Okay. Let's see. When you ask someone about their favorite Pixar movie, the answer usually says less about the movie than it does about the person. The legendary animation studio has remained at the top of its game for years because of how its films use their big, high concept ideas to explore fundamental truths. A comedy about talking toys becoming a story about friendship and growing up. A kids movie. Okay. The movies become very personal to each viewer, especially when you've grown up with Pixar. That being said, even the biggest Pixar fan alive could probably admit that the studio has gone through a more rough patch over the past several years.
Wrong.
I already disagree with that sentence. The team is still more than capable of putting out a classic, just law year. Is that supposed to be last? Just law year. Pixar released one of its all-time best films with Turning Red, but 2022 also saw the studio all-time worst film with the swiftly and broadly stroked Lightyear. Since 2011, if you come here today to celebrate, not mourn it. Paul Studio Stumble. We'll see the release of Ilio and sequel. Here's every Pixar movie from original Toy Story to Elemental ranked from worst to best. Doesn't say.
Okay, so this is just a personal opinion then, is what we're gonna go off of.
I guess.
Because like,
Let's see who wrote it.
well, I was gonna say, because like, if we're talking like box office numbers, I would have to assume that they're right about Lightyear. I remember Lightyear coming out. There was already controversy before it came out. We're already in a shitty universe now where people are like, the moment they hear what, there's gay people, and like just instantly fucking shit on the without it ever coming out. Strange World came out last year, and it's not Pixar, but it's a movie that came out Disney, and it was probably one of my favorite stories in the last 5 to 10 years from Disney. One of my favorite stories that was told. And it just immediately got shit on for the most subplot of subplots, the fact that the kid was gay.
Yeah, I
And
don't even
that's
know if I could call it a subplot of a subplot.
like, people were just like naming that for a reason they didn't like it, because it was propaganda that their children were being forced to fed. Anyway. So Lightyear being last feels.
I
No,
would like you
I'm
to see
sorry.
it someday. Whenever the time allows and it creeps up on you, just to see what you think. I saw it. I thought it was fine. Was it their best movie? No. Was it their worst? Absolutely not.
Well,
Because you named two that were their
I
worst.
was, and I was gonna say, because Jennifer, if I'm not wrong, Jennifer likes The Good Dinosaur, right?
I also enjoyed The Good
Oh, okay.
Dinosaur.
I went. I didn't remember if you liked it or
Yeah,
not,
no.
but it's got like, there are people that are gonna love all these, right? Like, we're gonna say this is the worst, but like the Jared Leto, there's gonna be one person out there that likes Jared Leto as the Joker. Maybe Jared Leto.
I would be I think it would be hard to find someone to say that this is their favorite,
Right.
and only because Toy Story exists. And that's where I
Fair.
think the murk of this movie happened, is because nobody
Could wrap their head
could look
around it.
past what the movie was about. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, the fact that anything's above Cars 2 for being the worst is mind-boggling.
Yeah. Under Will It Make You Cry, it says possibly from the sadness that Pixar is seriously sinking this low.
I that
Did not get that
sounds
from this movie.
that sounds again like someone with a personal vendetta against like a specific message. That's the type of person that uses the word woke way too much.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. The breakout character, not a character, but the quote from voice actor Chris Evans about how this is the origin story of the human Buzz Lightyear that the toy is based on, which is the film's single lasting contribution to the wider culture. Yeah, it seemed like this guy really hated this. First of all, the fact that you could hate any of these is wild to me.
Fair.
They could not be good, but that felt like a hate.
Again, I'm gonna die on this hill. Cars 2 is the worst Pixar film that's probably ever come out, and I can still find things that I enjoy in it.
Yeah, 26 is Cars 2.
Thank you. I met the team that made socks, that created socks, and they built a replica for them for them to like kind of work off of, and like they created this concept for socks. And like I got to meet them and talk to them at San Diego Comic-Con last year.
Yeah,
few
did you
years
ask them what happened?
No, like they were just, and there was so much love that went into this. That's why I'm surprised like it did so poorly. Like there was a lot of like passion that went into this film,
I think it just hard swung in such a different direction
and it
than what
didn't.
you're looking for in the movie that you watched the first time.
Yeah, and it didn't help that the time, like unfortunately, during the pandemic and post-pandemic, things are different now. Like we don't line up outside a movie theater to see movies anymore. Like it's 99% of the time, Cleveland are like, "Are you gonna go see this when it comes out?" Like, nah, we'll just wait till it comes out on streaming, because then I can just watch it at home and not have to deal with everything else going on.
Well, there's a guy's TikTok I saw that was like, so I can hear people talk and laugh
Right.
and stuff in between. When I can just watch it and I can control anything, and when I want to go to the bathroom, I'll pause it.
I gotta pee, I'm gonna do that. I gotta
Yeah.
grab a snack, I can do that. Also,
Uh,
any snack I want, and it's way cheaper.
the breakout character is Mater, but in a bad way. And will it make you cry? No.
It's a fine film that just if I had to pick the worst, that is definitely the worst.
I think it should have just been a different movie.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fair.
and when I say that, I mean like slap a different character and different names. It could have been in that universe and just a different story. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this guy who was winning NASCAR races and now he's a spy.
I mean,
Anyway,
Disney tried to do that with planes. Not Pixar, by the way.
which I think is funny. Anyway, okay,
Pixar
we're
was
gonna
like,
go
no,
ahead
I'm
and try
not
to
willing to
pick.
do that shit.
We're gonna try to piggyback off what you got going on. Number 25 is The Good Dinosaur from
Yeah.
2015.
I was so close without Buzz Lightyear, I guess.
Will it make you cry? No. There's some
I
heartfelt
disagree.
moments in there.
There's definitely
Yeah.
some heartfelt moments in it. If you're a sucker for like feel good stories, yeah, you'd cry.
Mhm. If you got some dad issues too.
Yeah.
If you have a
It's always
if you have a
that
parent that
shit.
was never like, "Hey, I love you," then this might be the one for you.
That Pixar gets you every fucking time.
Number 24, Onward.
Fucking wrong. It's so stupid.
Another daddy issue movie.
It was such a cool concept
Yeah.
and a fun story. And there was, I mean, it has everything that you want out of a Disney movie. And growth and a mom.
Yeah.
And no,
And a
like,
step-ish dad.
yeah, there's like all kinds of, I don't know. No, that's a, I know that's not what this is about, is me saying they're
Yeah.
wrong, but
I think that I think it should be higher on this. I think that 2020 had a lot to do with it.
yeah.
And I think that spoiler, but I think that the choice to be like, I'm not gonna enjoy this visit. You go enjoy this visit. Mean more to you. And the realization of, your brother raising you, I think there's a lot more to it than
And
24 out of 27.
that's what made me cry.
Yeah.
As an older brother to someone that I definitely had to be the father figure for. Yeah. Man, you know what though? This is so much tougher of a task because there's so many good ones. But I would I mean, I would say it's certainly better than Finding Dory to me.
Number 23, Finding Dory.
All right. Yeah, I think I'd put it in my personal like top 5 maybe, but
Finding Dory, like one of those like Pixar shorts.
yeah.
I don't know that I needed everything that it gave me. Cute Dory, obviously. I mean, Baby Dory was obviously very adorable. But I mean,
I think they misunderstood why Finding Nemo was so widely successful. And their assumption was people laughed at Dory. We should make a whole movie focused on Dory. And that was not what was good about that story. She was comedic relief when needed and kind of like a fun variable within the story, but not the reason that people enjoyed that movie.
Right. Number 22 is Elemental.
Right.
To avoid spoilers, I will not read
Appreciate it.
Breakout character, will it make you cry, anything like that.
We get a pretty general understanding of the premise of the movie.
Yeah. You always think you do, don't you?
No,
and
that's
then you
fair.
get slapped with something. Also, I think Onward is, I could move it past Finding Dory for sure. I can't speak on Elemental. And I'm going to say it's better than this one. Number 21, Monsters University.
I have a
I enjoy it. It's fine.
I personally enjoy it, but I don't disagree. Again, I think it could have easily been a short, much like what you said with Finding Dory. I think you're right. I think it could also have just been a 5-minute short, and it would have been funny.
Had Disney Plus been out by then, probably it probably could have easily.
For sure. Certainly, here's one thing I have to say. It was a good movie, but it certainly doesn't beat a lot of these. Bugs Life.
Yeah. I
Other than Heimlich.
hmm.
Oh, I'm a beautiful butterfly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The little crew
Yeah.
was a Monsters University was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I think the what's the I mean I can't describe them all because they're all fucking just monsters. But the one where they're at the party and the cop you go back to jail and he fucking takes off. This is a good time. Will it make you cry? He put not really the reaction that it's going for.
No.
So that's fine.
Just showing you an origin story of two buddies.
Yep. Number 20. Top 20.
I'm doing.
Cars.
Wow. Wow. Um. Personal feelings aside, that feels like a top 5, but okay. I don't care for the Cars cinematic universe. Like I didn't really
Yeah.
dive into it like a lot of people did. You either absolutely full on board, full sended into Cars, or you
Hmm.
didn't really like it at all. I feel like there's no
It's
mid on
it's
it.
a weird world to accept for sure. Right? Because just cars. Anyway, and they're like sexually attracted to one another. Anyway, um,
Yeah, it's sexually
Doc
attractive.
Hudson is the breakout character we put down. Um,
Okay.
and it says, "Will it make you cry?" Newman's big "they quit on me" speech is definitely primed to get audience members misty-eyed. I don't remember that at all. Number 19,
And Cars make.
maybe the Doc having. I think as from an athlete point of view, like of Doc having to like hang it up or whatever. Maybe I don't know. Number 19 is Luca.
Film.
Yeah, but
Um.
is it top?
God, that's where you come across that's where it's tough because it's only 27 films, so you don't have a lot to pull from in your. I mean, I
Because
don't.
I don't know if you still have the list up, but I don't think you would put this in your top 10.
I put it above Toy Story 3 and probably 4 actually. While they were great for like my personal growth as an adult that grew up on
I
Toy Story, I don't think they were great. I put it
I
above
have the
Soul.
I have just the biggest issue with Toy Story 3 and 4.
There,
And it's the fact that 3 was as good of a bow as you could wrap on it.
and then
And then we
4.
did 4. And 4 is good.
Yeah,
4 is a good movie. But to me, it
I put it above Cars 3.
maybe if 3 and 4 could have been a story together, maybe they went on this adventure where they met Bo Peep and but
I
then I guess it doesn't work because the little girl has to not be interested in Woody for Woody to want to be able to. I don't know,
I
but it.
yeah,
I don't
no.
know how to fix it.
I think you're wrong. I think I could put it in my top 10, Luca.
Okay.
So if I just without order at all, top 10
Mhm.
personal, I think would be Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Ratatouille, Wally, Up, Brave, Coco, Onward, and Luca, and Turning Red. But I don't know what number I'm at now at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um.
Luca was I really enjoyed. Also, great music.
I I have found a world that I'm not ready for, and I need to just come back to this.
Okay,
But the guy put when it says what is it when it's talking about Luca, is a totally not gay wink story of Luca and Alberto, and I'm like,
there's a lot of theory that Alberto was into Luca, and that's why he gets upset because him and the girl hit it off really well, and like it's this whole story of you're best friends, but you love your best friend, and yeah,
well, and the
people are
wink is a
real against the
link
gay
that I
things.
clicked on. and it is a whole ass page on IndieWire. I gotta get into it later. I can't do it. Our character was Massimo, the father.
Yeah.
It certainly aims to get some nostalgic tears out of the audience
No.
with some sunny portraits of a youthful summer, but Luca never goes deep enough to really bring out the waterworks.
I don't think it tries to make you cry, but it's a good story about being who you want to be and
I don't know
not letting the
why
world
does it
fucking
make you
against you.
cry, part of it,
I don't
but it
know.
is. Number 18, The Incredibles 2.
Yeah, it was okay.
I think it's fair. It's very
Yeah,
fair.
solid.
Yeah.
It was nice to see Elastigirl get her time to shine,
Yeah.
but
Number
Mr. Incredible was a real bitch about the whole thing.
It was. It was a little bit of
Like a shitty fucking husband. The worst. If you pair the
uh
first one and the second one together.
yeah, no shit. I am amazed that we have not gone into a Frozone movie at all.
Eh.
Because he is a very liked character. And it just seems like a natural progression that Pixar might just make.
Question for you though. How do you
Mhm.
make him not black for most of the movie?
Fair. He gets frozen, and Mr. Incredible has to come save him. Anyway, 17 is Cars 3.
Currency was good, but yeah, that's a solid placement.
I don't. I'm trying. I know I saw Cars 3. I'm trying to remember. Would I
Basically,
say it was better than the first Cars?
basically same story as number one, except for it's Lightning McQueen now that's too old and retire.
Then no. Uh, number 16, A Bug's Life.
I would probably place it lower, but it's an okay movie. I get why people. Fun fact: in case you didn't know, Pixar was bought in 2006.
Number 16, A Bug's Life, 1998. I don't think I realized how
Old it was?
long ago that movie came out.
Old as shit.
Uh, Number 15, Toy Story 4.
Ah, that's way too high.
Hmm.
I agree with you. I think you've made a
With
very
Forky?
good argument. That 3 tied the bow and 4 was so unnecessarily an obvious grab for more money that it just didn't make sense.
Well, you know what? I feel like someone was like, I really want to tell this story, and I can respect that. But then, like, again, this could have been another like hour-long thing. It didn't need a full
We got Ducky and Bunny out of it.
they could dug in, buddy, and then the nightmare fucking
The ventriloquist
antique
dummies.
store fucking yeah. Anyway, um, number 14, which is the biggest crime I've seen so far, Coco.
Insane. That's fucking insane. Why? Because it represented people?
It says even those who don't care for the rest of the film will likely get teary-eyed during the big "Remember Me" scene. Who are the people who won't care about the rest of the film? Anyway, number
It's the
13.
people that were like, why are they speaking my language all the time?
I
What does
feel
un
it's
poco loco
disrespectful.
mean?
It's disrespectful
Yeah.
to talk in
Yeah.
non-English.
You released the movie in America? Come on. English.
No, 13. I feel is too high. Brave,
Mm, I really liked Brave.
just a tad,
That's fine.
just a tad too high for me. 13.
I like Brave because it was a attempt at a Disney princess that Pixar's never done.
Very fair. But just scrolling back. Well, you know what? Scrolling back, I think Togo might be the only one that, or Coco and Onward, I feel like are better than Brave. But
Um, I just
not that's not a big bump on them.
also just with because I didn't see it till after I had my kid, and it came out well before my kid. uh, positive female role models tend to be a weak spot for me now. This is one of the few Disney princesses that's like a strong, like strong character.
Yeah. You know, I think just the fact that, had she just spoke to the witch and added like a word to her
Fair.
sentence, solved the whole problem.
I mean, the whole
Um,
Leprechaun series is based off of being careful what you say, wording things correctly, and that's like
Very
6
fair.
movies.
Number 12 is Soul. I'm fine with the spot.
It was a okay movie. It was fine.
I think that
I don't think it broke barriers, but
it's interesting as a Pixar film to not really be as kiddish, you know?
yeah,
You don't
definitely
get like,
tackled the interesting.
yeah, there's you just really have to, some looking, you know? You know what? It says, will it make you cry? It said, kids won't cry, but adults who see themselves in Joe's pursuit of greatness definitely will. Very fair. Like being podcast. Number 11, uh, Monsters Inc.
Feels top 10, but I mean, sure,
It's
11's
a one
fine.
off.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I
Uh,
enjoy the story. It's classic. Great job on like voice acting. Songs good.
oh yeah,
Uh,
voice actors are fucking top notch in this. Not that the rest of them aren't, but when you have a creature, right? Not like someone who could looks like someone. When you have just a creature and you get just nail the voice. Billy Crystal,
oh
fucking,
yeah, 100%.
he could do. He could have his own fucking movie, and because Billy Crystal, then now that you look back at some of his old stuff, might be a little on the trickier side, but always funny. John Goodman, for the most part, always funny.
Fair.
Number 10, Toy Story.
That's interesting, but sure. I mean, I would put it higher, but
I think maybe
that could be
because of,
nostalgia.
yeah,
Yeah,
because of
100%.
us and the age. But like, I think if someone had never seen any of these and you made them watch all 27, I don't know that they would be as attached to this one. But fuck, my mom likes Toy Story. She
Oh,
didn't watch any, so
it'd be tough to compare because obviously great improvements were made as far as the technology.
the still shot that they have of the Toy Story film, like you can see there. But I mean,
I think an Xbox
that's
360
that's
game is probably better graphics than the original.
yeah. I mean, I hear you on that, but like, there's nothing we can do about that. There are that are old that are still top films in the world.
Yeah, I think
It's got to be
like
able to hold itself.
maybe like 6 or 7, and we're just fucking at this point. We're just nitpicking, so whatever.
Splitting some hairs. Yeah. Number 9, Up.
Surprising. I feel like that's a real popular one. You've not reached the one that I've said is number 1 yet, by the way.
Oh.
I'm still in the running.
Number 8, Toy Story 3.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The gap of 1995 and 2010 is wild to me. But I mean, they let Andy grow up and their toys moved on. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, even the moment of like, okay, we're all dying, at least we're together, and like holding hands like you would, if the plane was going down or something, is fucking
Yeah, no, it was
just
really
such a
well done.
good.
It was a great ending. I remember we went as a group, and I want to say 25 or 30 of us went. It was all my friends, my brother's friends, just anybody we texted everybody, "Hey, we're going to the movie theater this time, be there." And I think we were all there watching that movie and walked out of it saying, "What a great way to fucking cap off like what we remembered from growing up."
And I think that's what
Yeah.
irks me about 4 is
Yeah,
that
100%.
you were like, what a beautiful. It's like it's what we just finished. Ted Lasso just finished not too long ago, and it's great when you can just wrap a bow on it and you're just,
It would
you're
be
like,
an
okay,
insult at this
there's
point to reopen it and come back and try to do it
yes,
again.
yes. Uh, number
100%.
7, Toy Story 2, outrageously high.
Arguably the worst Toy Story.
Is higher than
All the
yeah,
other Toy Stories.
yeah.
The only good thing that came out of that Toy Story was Jessie and that song. Aside from that, I did not care for that
The
song.
Sarah, it says, "Will it make you cry?" That damn Sarah McLaughlin song will always certainly get you sobbing. Yes, and that was in the last episode we talked about, which also was before Toy Story was bought. Not Toy Story, Pixar was bought.
Yeah.
So there's another one to your list of shouldn't have counted. Number 6, Inside Out.
Solid placement. It's a great movie. It's fucking just
I think
the number 2 is going to be even better, I think, but it was good.
I think again the voice casting
Oh yeah, for
fucking
sure.
phenomenal.
The only one I ever feel like I would have replaced was Bill Hader, and I had the perfect casting I thought of the other day, and I can't remember who it was now, which is Fear.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like and the comedian that does anger, I can't think of his name. I think Black.
Lewis Black.
Yeah. Just yeah, because that's his whole comedy stick
Yeah.
is just being really fucking angry all the time. Uh Number 5. Top 5, Michael. Top 5. Number 5, Wally.
Huh? I think that's top 5. I understand where you're coming from. As far as like not liking the second half that much, but it's commercially loved and a beautiful story about two
Yeah.
robots trying to bone.
And I say that, but again, this was a movie that this was just recently that somebody hit me with it, and I felt shook about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the beginning of it can make up for so much more of the end of it because for you to give me a movie where you have two characters that are basically Pokemon and can only say their names and
And a
get
little
across,
cockroach.
yeah, everything that you get across is well to me. Why is the breakout character the cockroach?
Weird example, doesn't fit this at all. What we're talking about. Growing up, I saw the first hour and a half of Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket a million fucking times. Always
Okay.
turned it off after that.
Okay.
It's just the boot camp part.
Hmm.
After that, they might get really racist about killing Vietnamese people. It really impacted me negatively. I wasn't on board.
I get that. I can feel that.
But I loved the first half and I just ignored the second part. The first half, wildly depressing, but for some reason I was like, yeah, I enjoyed this. The second half, did not enjoy.
Not as much. Very, 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 very fair. Number 4, Turning Red.
Yeah, solid pick. I mean,
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's up there. It is again, and like 1 or 2.
I think culturally, uh, geographically,
Yeah,
they nailed both Canada and the
for
family.
sure.
Um, being one of those type of girls, I assume. I've not heard anybody say that they didn't nail that correctly. I'm not going to speak on it because I can't. Um,
It was just such a good movie, and
yeah.
I'm
The
glad that it's
mom
higher
and the
because
mom's problems, yeah.
I expected this to be much lower because of the controversy that people got upset that they were like, they shouldn't be talking about menstrual products in kids' movies. And I'm like, and like, what do you want?
Yeah. What's the TV rating? The TV and movie ratings are supposed to solve all that problem. So get fucking have a problem with
Then
them.
just don't
Don't
watch it.
don't bother Pixar.
Right.
Bother them. Bother the people that rated it. Number 3. Top 3, Mark.
Yeah.
Number
Still in
3.
the running. I'm gonna
The
lose it in a second.
Incredibles.
Okay, yeah. I'm still in running.
Why is the breakout character Frozone's wife?
That's so stupid. The breakout character might be proving to me that this is not a serious list anymore. We've not named several characters. Mo was way more of a standout character than the fucking cockroach and Wally. I'm just saying.
Well, and I was thinking, in this it would have been if not Frozone. Yeah, maybe you don't want to use him. Maybe he's too centered to the story. Then Edna,
Oh, that easy.
easily.
Who was it in Turning Red? You did not say.
I did not. Four Town. That's fair. That's very fair.
Mm,
I'm not gonna complain about that
Four
one.
Towns my life. I'm gonna get a Four Town
God, I would
tattoo.
go. I would go to that. You know what? It blows my mind that they don't put them on
Yeah,
tour.
agreed.
I'd go to that. I'd go to that easy.
You just make it up. I don't even know.
It'd be like
Did you
the.
have a boy band singing? Because I don't know, but just fucking put a couple kids bop
I
kids
mean,
in
there was
there.
people who did the voices.
Right, that's
Just
fair.
make them sing the
Yeah,
songs.
fair.
Fucking Lin Manuel's not busy. Get him to do something. He's very busy.
He didn't write those songs, right? That didn't
No,
seem
no,
like
no.
his style. I was like,
No, no,
God, please don't tell
it's
me he
not.
wrote that.
Well, I don't know who wrote it, but I'm gonna say he did because his name would have been plastered all over it if had he done it. Also, Turning Red. I don't know if you know the creator and director of the movie. It is a woman who was an Asian woman who grew up in Canada in the 90s, which is where the movie's set. So
I
like,
mean, 100% feels like it because it
yeah,
all
you know
was.
what? When you're talking your shit, you're talking your shit. Look what happens when you put people from different places in the driver's seat. Wild. Anyway, number two. This is it, my review. They're make a break right here.
I was trying to see who the fucking singers are behind Four Town. Jordan Fisher was the lead singer. That do
Don't tell me
anything for
their
you?
fucking names. No, I want to hear their band names. Um, you let me know when you're
He
ready.
was Robert.
Oh, obviously, when you said the lead singer, it's obviously fair. They make a shout out their own song.
I'm more of a fan of Four Town than my wife is of NSYNC, and they only have 2 songs.
I don't even know the second. I can't even think of the second one.
I can't think of it right now either, but it comes on every once in a while.
Never not off my mind.
God damn it! It's such a
So
good
good.
song. It's the dad in us now that's like, uh, we're willing to love that fucking group so much more than we would have as
What?
kids.
Well, you know what it is too. It's there's no judgment out of, or you know what? I don't care about the judgment for liking it now. Can you imagine liking NSYNC back when we were that age? They look at you like you're crazy. But it also reminds me of Bob's Burgers, the Boys for Now. Remember they have like the meeting at the dad, and he's like, "Hey, I'm so and so. Big fan. My favorite used to be Boo Boo, but now it's like he's in an AA meeting." Anyway, number
Uh,
two. You ready? You ready to be in this or out of this? Did you nail it? Did you nail it? Did you nail it?
I don't find the second name of the song for fucking Four Town. Yeah, go ahead. What? You want me to tell you mine, or do you want me to?
No, I'll just tell you number two, and then
Okay.
you can tell me if you got it right. Um, but don't say what it is.
Yeah,
You got to
fair.
keep the listeners
Yeah,
going.
fair.
Number two, Ratatouille.
Damn, that was mine. I thought it was
Dang,
gonna be
so
number one.
close.
I thought it was gonna be number one. I really did. It's weird. Like, and funny enough, when it came out, it did not do well. People did not like it, and it had a rampant climb in the popularity.
Help me with his name. The
Remy?
voice act,
Oh,
yeah, the voice of Remy. Patton Oswalt.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, fantastic.
yeah.
Fuck, love that. I love that guy. So he's another one like, hey, I don't want to creep you out, but like, would it be really cool if we were friends for a bit?
He's a genius on fucking Jeopardy. Celebrity Jeopardy rocks that shit, man. He's such a
I don't
cocky,
doubt that.
arrogant
I
son of a
don't doubt
bitch.
that. I
Uh,
watched Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, the Jerry Seinfeld
mhm.
show on Netflix, and he's on there, and he is how I learned the history behind Kryptonite
Okay.
for Superman. Like
Yeah.
he was because Jerry Seinfeld's a Superman fan, but I don't really know how big of a Superman fan he is. He just likes Superman. But like, boast about Superman. I don't know if you know this, but in every Seinfeld episode, you could see the little Superman figurine in his apartment, like every episode.
No.
But he was so excited to tell. He was like, "You don't know?" He's like, "Fucking clear the table. I'm about to tell you this. I'm about to nerd the fuck out on you." And I was like, I love this. I love this. You're great.
Yeah,
You're so great."
that's hilarious. Yeah, yeah. The movie was well done. Music was solid. They just recently made an attraction for it, which is really good.
I
Uh,
can't think of any of the music. I can think of like his little
it's
melody, but
it's just there's no like words songs. It's all
right, right.
just the
There's no like breakout like.
the real popular one, like the one that stands out, because I always say like every Pixar movie has that one song, and it's the
Mhm.
there's some kind of French being sung, but it's basically da, 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 da,
Mhm.
da, something
Yeah,
like that.
that's the one I
Yeah,
can hear.
yeah. Don't know the French word.
Yeah, that doesn't sound pretty
Yeah,
on point.
nailed it.
Number one,
I can't think of what number one is now, and I had the list. Yeah,
Finding Nemo.
wrong. And you know what? So wrong. Um,
I think.
I
Hear me out. Let me look at the years that these came out. I think Toy Story was big, right? Toy Story was big.
yeah,
But I think Finding Nemo might be when they really pulled in fucking people
yeah.
for Pixar. Like when it hit, it was everywhere. And it had fucking Ellen in it, who was
It
also
would
everywhere. Or she was everywhere.
it would have just
And
been after Cars, right? And that was like Cars was
um
super successful, and I want to say they came out with Finding Nemo after that.
2006 was Cars. 2003 was Finding Nemo.
Oh, okay, it was before.
So it came out 3 years before.
I mean, it's a great movie, top 10 easily. No qualms against that. It is not number one, not top
I
five.
think it's not top five.
I don't think so.
I think I could see it top five.
Maybe if we're talking like impact of
Well, okay, so let's. You don't think it's better than Ratatouille?
no,
Do you think it's better than Incredibles?
yeah, probably
Okay, so we're still at number two. You think it's better than Turning Red?
no. But
Okay,
that's a
so we're at
personal
three.
opinion.
You think because of Fort Town? Is it because of Fort Town or is it
It's
because of
not
Turning
just
Red?
because of Foreign Town. It's because of the whole movie altogether.
You think it's better than Wally?
No,
Okay, so we're down to what? Four?
yeah,
Think it's better than Inside Out?
it's tough.
It's a thin line, isn't it?
That's a
But is it
thin
or isn't it?
line. Inside Out. When I saw that's what I'm trying to remember, when I saw Finding Nemo, how I felt rather than now.
Mhm.
Because
The
now
moment,
life has changed, right? Like everything's changed for me, so I look at
right?
things differently. So it's tougher to be like,
The moments that stand out to me, if I can help, is all the eggs being eaten. Um, I touched the butt.
was that fucking
Um,
Boris fucking pounding on the fish tank?
yeah.
Fish, fish, fish.
Um, the sharks.
Crackbait, hoo ha ha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, it was a pretty good movie. Yeah, I guess it'd be better
the
than
fucking
Inside Out.
what's his name?
Crush and Squirt.
Crush. Yeah. I mean, there's a whole exhibit to just talking to that fucking turtle,
There sure is.
and I don't think he was in Finding Dory. So that's one.
A little bit.
Okay. I was like,
Very
that's one movie that guy got. I don't know how you
minimal.
don't include him, but I just couldn't remember.
Surprisingly
Um,
little amount.
so better or worse than Inside Out.
Better than Inside Out.
Okay. Let's knock all these out. Better than the Toy Story movies? I don't want to ask you about each one. Just are they better than the Toy Story
Not
movies?
all of them. And If I
I'm
had
sure you
to,
put it over 2.
I would say if I have to knock out one because of age, I think 3 is still higher than 3 would be higher than Finding Nemo. But again,
Okay.
that's the emotional attachment that I built to that universe.
Right. You have over years of we grew up
Unbiased,
with it. I mean,
unbiasedly,
we
no,
grew
it's
up
not
with
better.
Andy, right?
Right. Unbiasedly, no, I don't think it's better. I think it's. I think that. All right, real quick. Monsters Inc.'s better.
I thought I was just going down the list of like what they put above it.
Yeah.
See where you landed.
Just 5 in general. Monsters Inc., Cars, or not Cars. I'm sorry. Monsters Inc., Ratatouille, Wall-E, Up, Toy Story 3. That already puts it at 6.
Yeah. Up was the next one I was going to get to, and I knew you were going to pick that one over.
Coco.
Yeah.
Almost Onward. Like, I don't think people understand how much I really liked Onward. But again, it's a personal.
Yeah. Right. And that's what I mean. It says at the beginning of this, right? It hits viewers. It hits all viewers different. But
Yeah.
I would be. I'm sure I could look this up really easily, but I won't. A bit more curious on like what their top movie was financially and what their because I know Onward did not do well, but there's also
Right.
in 2020 where times were
It
trickier.
was very rough.
So you always have to put a little asterisk next to the 2020, 2021 movies. 2022, I think people were like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna try it. Fuck COVID, I'll figure it out."
Um. Oh, budget.
I
That's.
don't. I can't put Nemo at number 1.
Do you want worldwide or U.S.?
Um, well, I'm American, so I only care about the U.S. Right?
What?
I'm gonna say U.S. only because different places will change shit.
That's fair. So top grossing movie, Incredibles 2.
Hmm,
608
interesting.
million.
I think it's that hype that
Yes, 100%.
people are
Because
clamoring for that to come back.
number 2 would be Finding Dory at 486 million. Toy Story 4 at 434, Toy Story 3 at 415, Inside Out at 356, Finding Nemo at 339, Monsters or Up at 293, Monsters Inc. 289, Monsters University 268, Incredibles the first one 261, Toy Story 2 245.
Yeah, because from 2004 to 2018, it's a long time to make wait for this family of superheroes.
Onward 61 million. Give you an idea of how poorly it did. Good Dinosaur, who had no impact, like no negative things happening in the world going on when that came out, 123. So, 3 movies did not give us one because they did not get like an actual big release, which was Turning Red, Soul, and Luca.
Right. I think that I think Onward unfortunately is going to be a bit like A Bug's Life where I think it's good, but enough people aren't going to hang on to it. Like,
Yeah,
there's those people who fucking hang on to Bug's Life like nobody's fucking business.
yeah,
And, most of the world's like, yeah, that's fine. Bug's Life, got it.
yeah.
Bye.
No, I 100% like my and it's tough to not be biased. Like we can put the numbers on it and say this is factually the best, or we can talk about our personal opinions.
Well, that's
And
why I wanted to see the value, like how drastically different this list is, because 1 and 2 is already fucking. I think Incredibles 2 is 18,
yeah,
according to this list, of course.
right. Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of Finding Nemo, but it was a good movie.
I almost feel like I should rewatch Cars 2.
It's better if you watch it the second time. That's why I'm willing to give it a bit more credit, is because I rewatched it within the last 2 years, 3 years.
Let's say number 27 on whoever's list isn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just
Agreed.
there has to be a list, and
Yeah.
or there doesn't have to be a list. But if you're gonna make a list, there has to be a bottom.
Yeah.
There has to be your top tier, ultimate enjoyment. I would watch this right now, and there has to be the one that's like, yeah, I saw it, that's fine. I don't think Lightyear is it, if I can be honest. Because Cars 2.
I have watched Coco a gross amount of times.
I can't watch Coco close times. I
Luca
watch
as
it a
well,
couple
but
times and I have to look away.
I've watched Luca a lot as well, but that also is influenced by my nephew who really likes Luca. But I actually really enjoy it too. I think it's a solid story and very pretty visual.
And again, it's like a little, it's that's a cultural feel to it, which is nice.
Which is so nice. It's so great to not feel like I'm constantly watching mayonnaise sandwiches. But you know, let us know what you guys thought. What's the number one? What's the best Pixar film?
And if you're gonna say Wally, just let's take a moment to keep in mind the people who just sat in the chairs and got zoomed around.
If you say Wally, that's fine. Do you also enjoy the second half? Is what Clee's asking. As much as you enjoyed the first
Because
half.
when they said that
They're
to me, I was
drastically
like,
two different movies. Drastically.
because when I heard that, I was like, shit. Because I will praise the beginning of that movie till my last day.
It's a beautiful
But
love story.
if you want me to tell you the part that I enjoyed after they got on the spaceship, I struggle. I struggle hard. The little sweepy box.
Mo.
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
A little angry robot. Anyway, let us know what you guys thought when number one. Comment down below. Michael will respond the moment you say something. He promises to be nice.
He just waits.
You guys, if you want to reach out to us, we've got all the social medias, right? We're on every single thing that you could possibly think of, including, but not limited to, Tinder.
Grindr.
You guys can find us on everywhere under Friendship Supreme, except for Twitter. It's gonna have no eyes in the word friendship. That's because all eyes should be on our YouTube channel. If you're not checking us out and watching us while we're talking and checking out the vast collection of pops that Cleve has behind him at all times, or I don't know, weird shit I've got in my desk randomly sometimes here and there. Are you really a Friendship Supreme fan? Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button because we come out with multiple episodes a week. Cleve's working his ass off to make sure that there's never a time where we're not there for you.
Yep.
We also live stream video games if you ever want to come play with us or just hang out and give us your peace of mind on something stupid I've said. That's also under Friendship Supreme on Twitch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I know I did. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve. And
to infinity.
You never know.
Oh, sorry.
You never not on my mind. Oh my. I'm never not by your side. Your side. Your side.